Welcome to the Security Guide podcast. Today, I'm discussing how to be a CEO. It's not about the boardrooms or just about being more motivated or running a team. It's also about running your own life. The truth is, even if you have a 9-to-5 job, if you are somebody that is self-employed, you constantly have to take charge of your life. In today's episode, I will be breaking down 5 key steps in thinking like a CEO.
Make sure that we understand that they to belong to a club or an organization. There is hope. Get a gun.
You are the CEO of your life, so own it. You don't need permission to increase your net worth. You don't need permission to get more healthier. You don't need permission to get more spiritual. You don't need permission from anybody to better your life. So understand that you are the CEO of your life. You are the captain of your own ship. Don't look to your left. Don't look to your right. Look either up, take your inspiration from your creator, take your inspiration from people that are high performers, people that have resilience, and people that are big thinkers, because the magic of being around people that are more ahead of you, it rubs off on you. They say you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you spend your time with 5 wealthy people, 5 people that are doing good things in this world, you'll be the 6th one, and vice versa. If you spend your time with 5 criminals or 5 people that are bad, that has bad habits, you'll be the 6th one. So your connection and the people that you're around will make a big difference. So guys, remember, think of yourself as an important person. Whether you're a street cleaner, or whether you're somebody that's a security guard, or whether that you're a manager, make sure you take yourself serious. Responsibility over blame. CEOs never complain. Remember, your power is not in what you do or what happens to you. Let me rather say, the power is how you react to a situation. Because if you react in a manner where you feel like a victim, that the problem is out there, something happened to you, you lose your power. So being responsible, meaning stepping up, sort of being like a leader. There was a thing that Stephen Covey speaks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that it's when it's response, stimulus, what the action happens, the process, the framework of what the story you tell yourself, and your reaction, therein lies your power. So guys, I would say that always make sure the power is in how you respond and not the blame. So anytime you catch yourself blaming somebody else, you have given your power away. That means you completely moved from responsible leader to victim. And victims, remember, they don't survive. So responsibility is a character trait that will serve you throughout your life. It's something the quicker you get it, the faster you rise up in ranks. Because if you take responsibility for anything in your life, whether it's you being a husband, father, whether you being a business owner, whether you being an employee, a security guard, whether you being a manager that's supervising a team of inspectors, if you take responsibility when you mess up, you will learn from that endeavor. But the moment you realize that when you make a mistake, you blame somebody else, you never correct the situation, then you go around life and you go around and you don't seem to find that things are working out for you. There's just something off. But the problem is that you have, throughout your career or throughout your endeavor, you have not been somebody that has been a growth orientated, a growth mindset, somebody that builds their integrity around growth, around becoming a better person. So this quality, it's one of importance. Me myself as a MD, I look at that also when staff members and when key managers, when they make mistakes, those that lift up their hand and say, you know what, we messed up, we can do better. Lots of things, whereas other people will have a lot of reasons why things haven't gotten done. I mean, if Nelson Mandela had reasons why he couldn't get the country changed, I'm sure, we would have still been maybe in apartheid. So you either have two things. You either have reasons or you have results. You have to make the choice. Reliability. Reliability builds trust. Show up like a leader. Guys, this one is one of the most important ones. It's not how talented you are, which is important. It's obviously how reliable you are. CEOs love reliable people because they can depend on them. Let me give you a scenario. You meet some guy, he asks for a job. He asks, can I work as an administrator or as a driver? He shows up one day, the next day he doesn't show up, or he comes late, or on a weekend when you need him to show up, he doesn't show up. On a Monday morning, he's not there. He's somebody that when you give him or her a task, they fulfill it. So anybody that somebody can leverage their time and energy on and that delivers, it's a reliable person. Somebody that you win credibility. I call it the emotional bank of reliability. So every time you do a certain action, you are doing an investment for your future self, that you are now becoming a person of being reliable. So I think that guys like to think that they can always excuse their way out of why things haven't happened, why they're not so reliable, their car broke down, this and that, the situation, their wife is pregnant, this one is sick. I had situations. Yes, that's life, but life happens to all of us. It's the 1%, it's the ones that push through that and realize that, listen, that it's a long game, it's a long-term game. This is how you build relationships, by being reliable. And anybody, any CEO will automatically, when it's time to negotiate, to remunerate you or somebody to find you a better opportunity, you will be one of the top 3 that they will think of, because they understand that this individual, it's a reliable individual. You can trust him. He's a winner. He has good energy around him. He's a positive person. He doesn't bring his issues, his drama, basically what's happening at home. He brings it when he comes to work. He understands that the team is dependent on him, and it's a mindset of, I am going to be somebody that my team can lean on, and that is an individual that will rise. Okay, and just a point on that, if anybody is into books, I recommend you to read a book called The CEO Next Door, and they interviewed and case studied around about 17,000 executives. And they said the number one key factor that they look in an individual, if they have reliability, that's the most important one to have. These are the 4 key attributes. I'm going to read it here, that you need to have if you want to stand out as an individual in your working environment or just in life. So don't get hung up too much on, I'm not technically. There's ChatGPT, there's online courses, there's Udemy, there's YouTube, there's books, there's so much things that you can do, there's mentors. If you put the time and energy, you can learn any skill. That is not an excuse. The thing is, it's more about an attitude, guys. So here are the 4 characteristics. Obviously, being reliable, somebody that you can trust on. Decisiveness, making clear decisions fast and not overthinking, guys. Certain decisions you are taking, when you're taking too long to make a decision, you are time wasting. Sometimes not making a decision, even if you're prolonging a decision and you're unsure, it's better to make a quick wrong decision than sometimes prolonging a long decision. And then adaptability. How quickly can you adjust the business, the curveballs? You know, when COVID came, how did the people from the tourist business, how did they handle it? The people that overstocked in Takealot, you know, with this boom with the load shedding, you know, and then things happened, and you know, suddenly now the government is no more load shedding, and now people have to adapt their business. So that is adaptability, and then obviously engage for impact, connecting with people and moving forward. How do you engage for impact? Listen here, guys. It's not about my problems. It's about your problems. How can I solve your problems? So you must look. You are the solution to their problem, not the other way around. You mustn't think about, when I look at, you know what, how can I make a buck from you? Meaning extracting something from you as an individual. That's the wrong mindset. It's first add value, add value, add value, and then you receive. But most people, they don't add value and they want to receive, and then they realize, hey guys, the life is not fair. But I'm showing you that you just have to change your mindset and understand that these are the characteristics that can take you places. Decision making and being clear, having crystal clear clarity. Guys, have you heard of the power of visualization? It's about understanding and setting goals and actually having your mind like a blank canvas and visualizing what you want your next 3, 6 months, 12 months to a year to look like. So in order for you to achieve your goals, you have to make decisions. You have to be clear about where you want to go. So successful people, they have the same fears and the same challenges that unsuccessful people have. The only thing is that they are more clear and make decisions on their priorities. That is it. It's just faster. Some people they understand that they're in this journey. Other people dwell. They take time to make decisions. They run around and they're unsure of themselves. They're doubting themselves constantly. And the goals that they have are like, I would say, like, you know, like a box of marbles in your head running around, like when you're moving left, right, and sometimes one pops out and then you decide. You have no structure and order in your life because you must have the power to sit alone, choose a day. If you want to move forward, guys, choose a day of the week, the 7 days of the week, the 160, 70 hours that we have. Choose a half an hour, sit some time alone, get a pen, and start optimizing your life. Start making decisions on each area of your life. Number one is, for me, the most important thing. It's my faith, my religion. How do I get more closer to my Creator? That's number one. What do you need to do to execute? Okay, you have that. Number two is your relationships, your family. How can you strengthen the bonds with your loved ones? Number three, maybe your career or your health. I would say your health. How you keep yourself fit. What exercise you do. What running do you do. What food you put inside. Do you understand that if you're going to drink sugar stuff, it's going to impact you? If you're doing all the wrong stuff, in the long run, your future self is not going to thank you for that. And then number four, I would say it's your finance. Are you investing? Are you spending stuff on dumb stuff, or are you saving? What is your nature? Are you still somebody that want to impress people that you don't know? I mean, that makes no sense, guys. So focus on finance. So spend a little time. Say, you know what? In the next year, I would like to achieve X amount of money. In the next year, I would like my weight to be so much. In the next year, I would like to have so much investments. Even if it's 1,000 Rand, even if it's 5,000 Rand, it's better. It's about learning the discipline, guys. If we don't have discipline, we don't have anything in life. We cannot progress without discipline, guys. Otherwise, we're like children. So that, guys, this leaves me to point number 5, which is your life is like a business, audit it. So it is I would say it's all the stuff that I discussed about. It's about reflection. It's a sort of the same point. Sit on a week, once a week, audit yourself and just journal about how you're feeling, how is things happening, whether it's emotional or analytical. I mean, I remember when I started out my business, I went to this, I'm a big believer in, obviously, in personal development. I know, you know, I read books, and obviously I'm a person of faith. But I do think that obviously the best time is when you sit alone, when you just block out all the noise, you focus to yourself, and you basically start visualizing where you want to see yourself in the next few years. You must actually believe it. You must allow yourself, guys, allow yourself to think big. Stop having a small mindset or a small imagination, because people throughout the life has told you things that you are holding on, hurts. You need to break through that. And the only way you're going to break through that, you're going to have to spend time with yourself. You're going to have to know yourself, like, what type of person am I? You understand? You have to look, you have to think deep, and you're going to have to, like, journal and speak about, you know, about your feelings, and, you know, why are you not the way you want to be? Because I mean, if I look at the 5 steps, we can go through it: responsibility, ownership, extreme ownership. I'll give you just sort of one word. What it is like ownership, responsibility, reliability, clarity, and decision making, and auditing. It's where you're auditing your life. So in order for you to encapsulate all of this, what I discussed in this video is you're going to have to spend time with yourself. And sometimes, you know what, we don't like to spend time with ourselves. We always pick up our phones and let's go to TikTok. Even this video that you're watching, it's taking time for you to sit. And thank you for tuning in and giving us your most precious asset. It's your time, and we appreciate it. And I don't take lightly to that, because obviously I feel like also that it's a responsibility to share what I feel over this 15 journey of me being a CEO and I would say a MD, and the characteristics that I feel that anybody can achieve. Really, I'm telling you, anybody can achieve. It's not that you went to UCT, that you went to maybe Bishop Sachs, and you're a trust fund, your father has all this money. Anybody can tap into it, because we all are the same creation. We're all human beings. We all have a mind. We all have a brain. We all have time in the 24 hours in a day. The difference is the successful people, it's how they optimize their time in a 24-hour day compared to an unsuccessful person. So it's just a matter of leveraging your 24 hours, your 170 odd hours a week, and how you plan it, what you're doing for leisure, what you're doing for entertainment, what you're doing for education, and what you're doing for your futures. So guys, I again plead to whoever's watching this, please understand that the position that you're in now, in 3 to 5 years, if you go for 2 years and you study a subject matter, or anything about something that can empower you, within 2 to 24 months, I mean, I would say 2 years, which is 24 months to 36 months, you'll be a completely different person. Whether you deploy that time into your body, deploy that time into your studies, or you deploy that time in working for somebody that you're mentoring, somebody that can mentor you, you would be in a whole different mindset. Because remember, you watching this video now, you have a certain brain. That brain only has certain amount of capabilities. So if you want to be a different person and upgrade this brain that's telling you to watch this, you have to do something that you've never done before. But you are lacking the self-belief. So the only way you can break through that level is like I'm telling you that I've been on different levels and I allowed myself to dream big, to think bigger than what I was. I mean, I remember I was telling my producer here that about 7-8 years ago, this what I'm telling you about, it's a book called The CEO Next Door. I read so many books, so many business books, and I said one day, my dream is and my passion is to actually synergize what I've read and give it back to people, because I know a long time I used to fear people in my mind that you went to you a college degree, you're so successful, and I used to fear that because maybe I wasn't the most educated person and I didn't go through formal education and I used to be intimidated. But I can tell you now today where I'm sitting is that if you have grit and determination, you can outperform anybody that has a high IQ and that that's arrogant, that thinks that his degrees and his certain things that he's better than you. That will make him lazy, and that will be his downfall. The ego will get to him. So you need to know how to humble yourself and how to be ambitious, guys. I wish that for everybody, and you will see on the other side, it's pure joy, guys. Even if you have a little, you are going places because your mindset is there. Even if you're, like I always say, even if you're a builder, if you think you're building the cathedral it's about the feeling that you get in the moment. So guys, that's me again on, I think it's on a Wednesday going on my usual rant, and I've been liking some of the reviews that you people have been giving. So this is purely for you guys. If one person listens to this and alters their mind and I can allow them to give them that belief to change their situation, I'm successful. I feel that it's worth it because I was speaking to my staff members. It's about empowering the next generation. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we shall meet again on the next video. You've been watching the Security Guide podcast, and please guys, like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. Take care, guys.